We're going to do is time block our day. This is so that we can incorporate the things that we want to do into our day and make sure that by the end of the day we got those done. So let's start, just grab a notebook, or I like these long little notepads. They're just fun and they just make it kind of joyful to use these. So what you're going to do is we're going to time block your day. So this is time for you to do this with me so that you can learn the skill and you can get into this habit of time blocking your day. So grab a notebook. The first thing that you're going to do is think about the things that you have to do today. So what are the things that are not flexible, the things that you have to do? And just kind of write those off to the side. Like today, my son has 2 basketball games, so I have to do those at certain times. And then think about 2 things that you want to do. So 2 of your really important projects maybe, or 2 things that you want to do to get ready for whatever's coming up this week. So I have a couple things that I really want to do, and this is to help you narrow down all of the things that you have in your life. Like I know you have a to-do list, probably 10 or 20 things long. Some of these things are want to do, nice to do, or some of these are like, you know, in your dream life, you can do these. So just think about 1 to 2 things that you really, really want to get done. Okay, so now we are going to write down your day. So starting with whatever time it is for you. So it's 8 o'clock for me. So I'd start 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, the entire list, all the hours of the day up until bedtime. Then you're going to write in the things that you have to do. So for me, I would write in the times my son has a basketball game at noon and one at 1. So 2 basketball games today, and he has to be there a little bit early, and then there's some drive time. So I'm going to incorporate that into my day. The next thing that you are going to want to do is incorporate your activities. So for me, I like to do 2 walks. I like to do a walk in the morning, 20-minute walk, a walk in the evening before the sun goes down. And I like to get a workout, so a 20-minute strength training workout. So you would decide when you're going to do those. Then the third step is decide when you're going to eat. So for me, I like to eat about 5 times a day. I like to have breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, and dinner. And this is important because if you don't think about when you're going to eat and what you're going to eat, you're going to be at the mercy of whatever happens to you in your day. So you might not be prepared for having a high protein breakfast if you run out the door and then you just start doing a bunch of errands, and then you end up grabbing some kind of high sugary snack, and then by lunchtime, you're busy, you had your high sugar snack, so you skip that, and then by the afternoon, you're craving all kinds of sugar, you're famished, and then that is a disaster. We don't want to end up skipping breakfast, light lunch, and then end up snacking and eating all night. So that's why it's important for you to decide what you're going to eat and when at regular intervals throughout the day. So that would be the next thing that you would do. And you would want to fuel your walk, your workout, whatever you're doing, whatever big things you have going up, you want to eat before those things so that you have the energy to do them. Because especially if you're in perimenopause or menopause, you don't want to work out on an empty stomach, because that can really end up backfiring on you and really messing up your hormones when you're already in a tumultuous time for your hormones, and really any time of your life. Because life is so stressful the way it is, we don't need to also stress out our bodies by not giving it the fuel that it needs. So just to recap, the first thing you do is write down the things that you cannot change about your day. They have to get done. The next thing you're going to do is put in when you're going to get your activity in. So walking, workout, a walk. So 2 to 3 times a day, you want to get up and move your body. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be outside. You could just be doing some stretching, go for a walk, play pickleball, any kind of fun activities that you want to do. And then you're going to incorporate when you're going to eat. Okay. And then on top of that, so you have your 2 important goals that you want to get done. And then you want to do those at the time of your day when you are most creative, when you have the most mental energy. And maybe you want to time block 30 minutes for that. Like maybe you're working on a photo album for your family. So you can time block maybe an hour in the morning, or an hour in the afternoon. I would not want a lot of food before a 20-minute walk. What food? So with my system, I mean, if you have fatty liver, no gallbladder, or an MTHFR variation, it's better to eat a small amount of food more often. So that's why eating 3 to 5 times a day is so much better than skip intermittent fasting until the evening and eating a giant meal. And you just want to give yourself about 30 minutes before you do a workout or a walk so that your body has time to digest it and then you have the energy that you need. Okay, so then you incorporate those things that are really important to you in your day, and then the rest of the time is kind of like whatever happens. But then you want to keep your time block schedule with you so that you can kind of check things off as you're going through your day, and it just feels really rewarding because you're kind of going according to the schedule that you determined for yourself. And things happen. It's not like you have to follow your schedule every single day, or like if your day gets hijacked, you know, it's not a total failure. It's just that you had the intention of following your time block schedule, and if it doesn't happen, that's okay. But at least you gave yourself the opportunity and you gave yourself a good runway to do these things. And then it's a skill, so the more that you do it, the better you get at it, so that you know what your day is like and the possible things that can kind of hijack your day. And yesterday I had all these good intentions. I time blocked my schedule, but then I ended up taking my son out for coffee, and then we ended, well, not coffee, but chai. And then we ended up going to the sporting goods store so that he could get some new fishing gear. And then I ended up taking him to his friend's house. So I did not get like my entire day the way I planned it, but that's okay. It's okay to be flexible, but just getting into the habit of time blocking so you know what's going to happen in your day and that you have some control over it, and then you feel good, like you're making progress, you're pushing forward. So that's time blocking. The next thing, the next really helpful tool is to pre-plan your meals for the day, everything that you're going to eat. So what you're gonna do is decide how many times you like to eat, and then decide what your maintenance calories are. So let's say I like to eat 5 times a day, and my maintenance calories are around 1,800. So I would divide 1,800 by 5, and that's about 350 per meal, give or take. So I'm gonna try to eat about 350 calories every 3 hours or so, because that's what I like, that's what I feel best at. I feel the most fueled, I have the most energy when I do that. But maybe for you, maybe your maintenance calories are around 2,000 and you like to eat 4 times a day. Then you would eat about 500 calories, 4 times a day. So now you're going to pre-plan. So you've decided how many times and about how many calories per day, and then you're gonna decide what you're gonna eat. So in the morning, I like to eat kind of more savory things. So I'm actually really low on protein right now, and so I'm down to Greek yogurt and eggs and turkey bacon. So I'm probably gonna make a couple of eggs, like 3 eggs, and then I have some roasted potatoes. So I'm deciding that's what I'm gonna eat for breakfast. So, and you would think about, okay, what do I have in the fridge? You need to get about 25 to 30 or 35 grams of protein per small meal. So think about your protein sources. What proteins do you have available? Try to get out of this idea that you have to eat oatmeal for breakfast, or you have to eat these really traditional things, toast and jam. Think about your protein source first, and some typical protein sources are eggs, of course, Greek yogurt, ground turkey or ground beef. I like to eat chili in the morning actually because it's really warm and hearty, especially in the fall. So think about your protein source first. How can you get 25 to 30 grams? And then in addition to that, you want to get some carbohydrates, because protein is for building, repairing, detoxification, neurotransmitters, and the carbs are the fuel for doing all of this work. So you think about, you need the actual materials, and then you need the fuel source. And no matter what you hear on social media, your body likes carbs, and your body does really well with carbs if you are more carb tolerant. Now, if you've been doing a keto diet or low carb for a long time, then your body does not respond to carbs very well because it's down regulated its ability to eat carbs. So carbs are very good for your hormones. It's good for your metabolism. It's good for if you're building muscle, for healing, repair, all of that stuff. It helps you sleep at night. So it helps you feel happy. There's a lot of reasons for eating carbs. And one distinction is that carbohydrates are different from cakes, candies, donuts, those kinds of things. Carbohydrates are long chains of energy that your body can break down. Things, when you have cakes, cookies, ice cream, that is sugar and fat. So those are not carbohydrates. That is a whole different category of food. So when you think about carbohydrates, you think about fruit, root veggies, whole grains, rice. Beans are also a carbohydrate, rather than it's got a little bit of protein, but for the most part, they're a carbohydrate. So think about a protein source plus a carbohydrate for every meal. And you're going to give yourself you're going to dose and time your food regularly throughout the day so that you stay fueled to do everything that you want to do. And your body will naturally transform itself. So if you feel like you're caught in a cycle of you're skipping breakfast, light lunch, and then you're eating all night and day, you're getting caught in a cycle that is backwards for what your body needs for energy. And when you start giving your body regular doses of food at regular intervals, your body will then start to transform so that you don't have the tummy fat, and you're starting to use all that energy and to transform your body. So somebody that has a lot of tummy, fat around their tummy, really like not a lot of muscle in their legs or their rear, is probably a person that's under a lot of stress, and they're skipping breakfast or intermittent fasting, and then they're eating most of their calories at night. So if you want to transform, like build muscle and use fat, you could simply just eat your maintenance calories, but dose your food throughout the day. So back to our pre-planning. So decide what you're going to have for breakfast. Decide your next meal, starting with 30 grams of protein and 100 to 200 calories of carbohydrates, and do that throughout the day. And this way you're going to look forward to the food that you're going to eat rather than dreading it or getting to lunchtime or dinner and it's like, I don't know what to make. There's no protein defrosted, and you just end up grabbing whatever or snacking. So this will help you to eat actual meals that are going to nourish and support your body rather than being reactive. So for me, after this, I'm going to have a breakfast. And so that'll be about 8:15. I'm going to have eggs and potatoes. And then I'm going to eat again at 11. And then I'm going to eat again at 2, probably after the basketball game. So remember, now whatever you have going on in your day, you have to prepare for that. So if you have to be somewhere, you're going to have to bring food with you, or you're going to have to know exactly what you're going to buy when you're out. And there are some good options. Like you can go to restaurants and quick food stops and get healthy options. And then after that, so 11 to 5, and then I'm going to have a small snack before I go to bed because I like it, and it's nice to just top off your day with something that is just nourishing, especially if you're trying to build muscle. A lot of people that are actually trying to build muscle, you might need to eat some protein before you go to bed because that's when your body is repairing. Okay, so 8, 11, 2, 5, and 8. Those are the times I'm going to eat. And then I'm going to decide what exactly I'm going to eat. So at 11, I'm going to have a protein smoothie. And I kind of tend to eat the same things for several days, and then I get tired of it, and then I change things up. So protein smoothie. For lunch, I'm trying to think of what I have in the fridge. I do need to go to the grocery store. What am I going to have? I don't have a lot of leftovers. I'm going to have to make something. So I think I'm going to make, you know what? I'm going to have the protein smoothie at 2. And then at 11, I have a bunch of turkey bacon. So I'm going to have some turkey bacon and a green apple and some, I made this caramel sauce. So I'm going to have that. So turkey bacon, green apple, and caramel sauce at 11. 2 o'clock, I'm going to have a protein smoothie. 5 o'clock, I have all this cod. So I'm going to make some fish strips, which basically I'm going to bread them and then cook them in the oven. And let's see, what am I going to have with that? I'm going to have oven fries. And then at 8 o'clock, I'm going to have my dandelion tea with honey or maple syrup and protein powder. Okay, so that's just an example of what I do, and this is not, like, what I eat is not necessarily what you should eat. Maybe it's like you can use it as a starting point and then you can modify from there. But basically take what you're already eating and then make sure you're getting enough protein from it, and maybe scale back a little bit on the calories so that you're getting the right amount of calories for you. Either scale back or just like I said, divide your maintenance calories by the number of times you want to eat, and then try to be within that. Now, of course, you can go outside of these guidelines, but it just creates a structure and a framework for you. And like I said, it's a skill, so you can always, you're always going to be getting better at it. But these are really, really important because it gives you control over your day and your food, and it helps you plan ahead, because a lot of us are just kind of living by the seat of our pants and we're just reacting to what's going on. So this gives you control and puts you in the driver's seat. So I don't know, I wasn't really watching. If you guys have any questions, if you could repost those, and I can see why. Let's see. Stress, yes, hard on your body. Yep, I would not want to walk. Everybody's so different. Listen to your body. Yeah, knows what it needs. Definitely tune into your intuition. If you feel like you need more energy, then listen to your body. Or if you feel like it's too much food, then you can scale it back. But definitely listen to what your body is telling you. You are your best healer. You are your... Don't listen, rather than listening to all the garbage on social media, and there is a lot. I mean, I'm just like kind of turned off by social media right now because it is so toxic, honestly. It's so unrealistic, and we have to be realistic if we want to make progress. Like, we have to take our life, what it's doing, what your life is like now, what you're eating now, and just make small tweaks so that you can improve. And then water. Okay, that's a good one. When do you eat water? And what are your thoughts on eating liver? So I drink herbal tea throughout the day, or chai tea, and so that's how I get my water. But for you, so I think it's better to drink water in between your meals rather than with your meals, because if you drink with your meals, you're diluting your stomach acid, and then you're sort of impairing your body's ability to break down the nutrients in your food. So I would try to drink between meals, maybe like some kind of herbal tea, lemon water, and coffee's okay, in between meals. And then thoughts on eating liver. If you like liver, I think liver is really good for your body because it has so much riboflavin, which supports the methylation cycle. I can eat a little bit of liver, like if just a small amount, I do okay. Just that I can palate, or if you put it inside of another dish, like inside of chili or lasagna, I think that it is good. Is really good for your body to eat liver. It's just like a lot of us can't tolerate it or palate it. So let's see. Fruits help during this time. Both fruits are great. I love combining yogurt with blueberries or bananas. Yes. Okay, so chai tea. I'm so glad you like the chai tea recipe. It's one of my favorite things to drink. It's so warm and comforting. And food should be comforting. Food should be a way to reduce stress. It helps you tolerate stress more. So the right foods are actually called an adaptogen, which helps you tolerate more stress. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to be on tomorrow again at 8 o'clock and doing the same thing. So we are planning, we're doing this together. We're time blocking our day, and we're pre-planning our food. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.